depending on where you live, these things are called by different names. I call it an ambulator. If you're trying to pick out an ambulator for yourself or a loved one, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this one. And the cons will be at the very end of the video. If you like seeing senior products in use, give me a like right now. Give me a like so I know to do more of those. What you want to make sure when you're buying one is that the wheels glide and that it's easy to use. In my situation right now, I'm sitting down on it and I'm pushing with my feet and it's gliding so easily. I'm not having to put any effort into this. Now, because I'm short, I'm having to tippy toe a little bit, but as far as the wheels doing what wheels are designed to do, gliding. If I need to stand up, I can press downwards on the brake handles and then it's not going to move at all. So I can securely stand up. This is designed so that you can sit on it and use it. Some in-use cases might be if you're walking down to the mailbox and you got winded, you could turn around and sit down on it, give yourself a little break from walking, then get back to walking into your house. If you're out in public shopping or you go out to eat and you go to the bathroom, it is designed so you can take a short break. Now, I say short because this isn't going to be that comfortable for long periods of time. This is not a chair that you take with you. This is an ambulator to assist you in walking, and if you need to take a short break, you can. That being said, these are cushiony. This is not like a hard bench or sitting on the sidewalk or the porch or something of that nature. They are cushioned, but they're not so cushiony that you're going to want to spend long amounts of time sitting on them. It has this little plastic thing right here in the middle, and in just a second, I'm going to show you what this is used for. It's to open and close this thing. Despite it being right in the middle and pretty much laying flush with the seats, you don't feel it when you're sitting down. It's not like that's going in between your bum. Your bum is actually more back here, and these are more your thighs here. This is the backrest. So when you're sitting in it, you're using this to be able to relax and have your back held up for you. And these little handles are very nice and comfortable. They're silicone-y. They're not slippery. It's got a good little grip. When you push down on the handles, it locks the brakes. When you go back to the middle, it unlocks them. And if you're walking and maybe this starts feeling like it's getting away from you, you can pull up on them. So no matter how you want to use the brakes, they're going to secure you. I'm going to open them. And now I'm going to push with them and show you how easy it is to use the brakes. They work great. It does not take much strength at all. Now, if you have a lot of arthritis or grip strength issues, it might be a little difficult for you. But because it really only takes the tiniest bit of strength to be able to pull them, I don't think you should have too much of a problem. If I were to walk around doing this for an hour or so, I think my fingertips would get pretty sore. But if you're using it intermittently, only to brake, I don't think it should be a problem. And again, very easy to press down on the brake here to let it loose so that you can go midway. Easy to use. It is also adjustable. Now, it's adjusted right now to fit me perfectly, but let me show you how easy it is to adjust in case you're taller. Here on the sides, we have little buttons, and the buttons are meant for adjusting. And look, they're this white reflective so that if you're using it late at night, I don't think you should be walking down the road late at night using this, but in case you are, these little buttons are on both sides. Loosen them up on both sides, and then you can pull up. Oh, I went the wrong way. Then you can pull up on the handles. And that's quite a bit taller. So you don't have to hunch over. Now, I'm only 5 feet tall, so I don't know how tall you need to be to not have to hunch over. Also, arm length is going to be also dependent on how low or how high you need these. I have little hobbit arms, so I need them all the way down. Again, very, very easy to undo. It's just a screw. If you're getting this for yourself, you should be able to adjust it with no problem. Right here on the sides, there are little holes in there. So you can see that you can go 3 times. So mine is all the way back down. You kind of have to get it in there just right for the screw to go back in, but overall, it's a really easy process. Now, as far as I know, the seats are not adjustable. I could not find any way that they would be able to be adjusted. So it's just the handlebars that can go up or down. It's the difference between hunching over like this and being able to stand a little more upright. If you're super tall or you're getting this for someone that you care for that's super tall, you might want to consider getting one that's maybe made for big and tall people. Also, there is a weight allowance on this, so those are things you should definitely consider. Let me show you how to pull it up and make it into a smaller area, and then you can also see how small it goes. Right now, you can see that there's plenty of space. You could definitely store it like this. It doesn't have a huge profile. It would just be somewhat in the way. So fortunately, it does fold down pretty small. This is a little handle, and I do want to warn you, be super careful. I smashed my fingers on it, and you don't even realize that you're going to smash your fingers. So pull up on it gently and slowly, and then you can do this to close it. And then you've got a much, much, much smaller profile. Push this out, and then you've got a buckle. And so even if it falls over, it's going to stay closed because the buckle is holding it, and that's a really tight buckle. Profile is much, much, much smaller. I'd say about the size of a stroller. And conveniently, it stands up on its own. You don't have to hold on to it. It doesn't have to be pushed against a wall. You could wheel it into a closet. You could put it by the front door, wherever you're going to be using it most often. To open it, it's the exact opposite. But again, I do want to caution you to be ultra careful. The first thing you need to do is unclip it. Now, if dexterity is a problem for you, or you have pincher strength problems, these things can be kind of hard to open and close. So you may prefer to always leave it open, or leave it open with the ambulator closed but up against a door, because it won't open on its own unless you give it some tugs. If you have grandchildren around, you would want to keep this locked because it is dangerous for them. Unlock it, pull it open, and then set your hands on it and push. Do not touch the middle part when you're pushing. It doesn't take much strength to get it down either. Just push it with your hands. Then push that back and you're good to go. And you're ready to walk again. If you're going to put it in your car and you're on your own, again, everything in reverse, kind of tuck that in a little bit. Gently pull up on this and watch your hands. It hurts so much to get your hands clicked in that. Push it together. Does take a little bit of strength, but I think you probably could do it on your own. Or if you're caring for a loved one, you can definitely do it on your own. They might be able to do it a little bit with some of your help. And then like this, it's decently lightweight. It feels lighter than one of those big strollers, but certainly heavier than an umbrella stroller. And then if you have the strength to do so, you can pick it up like this and put it in the back seat of your car. It would fit in the back, and you could probably get it into the front seat of your car. Shall we try that? When it's folded up, you can pull it back a little bit and push it on these back wheels. This is my husband's car. It's a compact car. I have a SUV, so it's much bigger, but you can see that this is going to fit in there easily. It's a little bit heavy, so if you're not very strong, this would probably be pretty difficult. But if you have someone assisting you, or if you're caring for someone, this shouldn't be a problem. Fits in there perfectly and quite easily. You're able to get it out. Again, if you're not that strong and you're non-ambulatory or you really need assistance, this might not be easy for you to do. If you've just had an accident, a hip replacement, knee surgery, and you can stand on your own unassisted for maybe a full minute, you could probably handle this okay, getting it in and out of the back. Let's also try it in the front seat because that might be easier for you. If you stand right here, and especially if you want to put it in the back seat or something, it's very easy to pick it up. And it fits in there with plenty of room to spare. Now, if you're the one who has lacking some mobility, you wouldn't want to put it in the front seat because then you would have to walk around to get over there. If you were strong enough, you could always sit down on the side, in the driver's position, and put it over you and put it on this side. That would require some strength because lifting this from your side into the car would be kind of difficult. However, if you're the caregiver and you just want it in the car, no problem whatsoever. It will fit in the front or the back seats very easily, even on a compact car. If you're the caregiver, it's very easy to put it right up to the car, turn it around for them, lock the brakes in place, and then they can climb out and get to it. Easy peasy. Just a couple more things you may be interested to note. The back wheels only go one direction. The front wheels are swivel. Overall, I think this is a fantastic ambulator, both for sitting, pushing, traveling, or even just around the house, checking your mail or whatnot. It glides smoothly. It's easy to hold on to. It doesn't get out from underneath you. Now, occasionally you might have to replace some of the oil within it. It's going to take many years before you have to do it. You won't have to do it immediately. But the brakes, if they start to feel not quite as grippy, could use a little bit of oil grease, brake grease, brake oil. I don't know what it's called. Overall, I think you'll be pretty happy with this one. Very sturdy, all around great ambulator. If you made it to the end, I'll have this linked for you just below. You can go check out their website. You can go check out Amazon, see a little bit more about it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I can always do another video if there's something you needed to see explained better or demonstrated. And don't forget to subscribe for more like these. I'll see you real soon. YouTube thinks you'll probably like this. If you're looking at senior products, I've got more for you.